Communion is everything. John the Baptist describes his own vocation by invoking the words of Isaiah. I am a voice crying out in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord. These words beautifully bring together a number of themes from our previous reflections until this point. They speak of a voice, of the way of the Lord, and of the desert of contemplative intimacy with God, to which we are all invited. And these realities are woven together as one and a single reality. John the Baptist, because of his contemplative immersion in the mystery of God, is granted to see what others do not see, and from this seeing he is able to speak, to be a voice which heralds the coming of the Word. And his speaking as a voice opens up a space of receptivity in his hearers. It carves out a way for the gift of God's Word to pour forth into the receptive hearts of his people. This is a great gift spoken at the heart of the life of John the Baptist, and it is also the true meaning of Christian prophecy. Prophecy flows forth from a deep receptivity to God in my own heart, in my own life, in which I allow myself to be drawn into the orbit of the Trinity's love and united to Him. And from this intimacy a word is born. A voice sounds, which hollows out space in the hearts of others for the same gift of love and for the same intimacy. Touched by God's love and by His beauty, other hearts who once stood outside the orbit of this intimacy will find themselves drawn ever closer until they too rest, dance, and rejoice in the shelter of the divine embrace. The mission of the Church is therefore an irradiation of intimacy. It exists in order to serve intimacy, the intimacy of every human heart with God, with other human persons, and with the whole of reality. The whole mission and prophetic activity of the Church is therefore nothing but the twitching of the threads of living relationship and lasting communion which were torn asunder by sin. It is nothing but the grace of reaching out from within the shelter of the Trinity's love in order to embrace those who are far away, who are isolated in fear and sin, in order to welcome them into this shelter and the intimacy of this embrace of truth and love. Mission, therefore, is born from communion, serves communion, and leads back into communion anew. This is because communion, true and lasting intimacy in the embrace of God, is the only ultimate meaning of human life, since it is the true nature of all things, as a reflection of and a participation in the eternal communion of the Trinity. We can say, therefore, that intimacy is the beginning, middle, and end of the Christian life, the cradling arms of tender love in which the whole of our existence in this world can unfold in childlike confidence and playfulness, even as we reach out to embrace and accompany our brothers and sisters on this journey from darkness into light, from falsehood into truth, from sadness into joy, from loneliness into the happiness of deep union with God and with one another.